Welcome to this new exciting podcast of Sattology. This is to help you navigate through current challenges. So, how mindset and meditation and mindfulness can help you in this new AI world. Your dears, welcome the Gordons, Mr. Richard
Hello, hello.
Gordon and Miss Galit Gordon.
Hello.
Welcome. So banking is one of the biggest users of technology. We all know that the number crunching is real, is absolutely real. And so let's begin.
Hey, what would you say are the biggest hurdles banks face when integrating AI into their existing systems?
I think the future of the current banking as we know is not there, because the traditional ways of banking were lending and loaning when needed were done by individuals before. And we all know, if you come from ancient cultures like India and other China and other places, including Israel, these are the ancient culture banking system places. And we all know a guy would sit down and collect money as deposits, and then he would give them back when they need it. And this was the most traditional way of business. And it became institutionalized. And I think it's going to get deinstitutionalized with the AI. Because I'm looking at, like, for example, your credit rating. Uh, you don't have to tell the bank. Bank is going to know on its own because they're using AI engines. So when you enter the bank, people will know what you're worth, and that's about it. And also uh, the legacy systems that you said. Now, it used to take many decades for change management to happen. Like when the CRM was introduced in early 90s, and it took them decades. Like some projects are even going on today, still today, and going on today, integrating their backend systems. I remember Midas Kapiti banking backend system still active till date because the banks trust that system, mainframe systems. Some of the audience will not know what is mainframe, but mainframe is still there. And people like you and I know what is mainframe and how it moved from the hard client to thin client to now AI assisted banking and answering queries on AI assisted. So right now it's a very nascent state we are looking at, where a customer can go on the website and take in help from AI assistant in filling up forms right now. What I'm seeing is going to completely eliminate teller positions, and when the teller positions goes, it's going to create. So it won't be the employer right now as big, even though it's reduced a lot since CRM. Earlier, for simple lending, you used to have three employees. Now it's one, uh, and it has increased efficiency for people. People like you and me, we love to do online banking, and I can do everything from my phone, including release large payments. The AI, what I'm expecting is that it's going to streamline that process even more. Uh, Security, big challenge with the AI. The security, big challenge. The legacy systems, which you say, integrating them with the AI is, I mean, they have attained most of the integration now, but moving towards the AI base, a lot of security rules apply, hacking, all those things are done. So security will be a major challenge now.
Yeah, that brings up the point. How do banks balance AI-driven personalization with data privacy concerns? Yeah, protecting the
Well,
data.
LLMs are eliminating data sets.
Mhm.
And so, but the banks run on data. It's a hardcore number, what you earn. And with the CBDC coming in, CBDC is going to completely revolutionize everything. And we have to prepare for the CBDC world, the digital coin world, and the transactional world. These things are going to be new reality. Paper currency, I don't see much future going forward because it takes a lot of money to print them. And in any case, most of the people do online transactions anyway. So, well, when you talk about the AI based experience, uh, now the this one topic comes federation. Now, federation is a security topic, IT security topic. Now, how you delegate responsibility. So this has already been done through CRM systems. With the AI, what change I'm seeing is bypassing of that system, where a you know we call it KYT, know your KYC, know your customer. KYC Patriot Act. Now, Patriot Act is going to become a big hindrance in this thing. It was designed for security, but the FDC. So I don't see a large amount of uh, deposits in the banks going forward. Private institutions are going to emerge. Like for example, Walmart is going to offer banking. That will change the entire thing. So when you enter a Walmart, you're already verified. So integration and federated learning and federation, which is security concept, which is going to see a drastic change with the AI technology.
This brings me to the next question. How do you think banks can address biases in AI algorithms for loan approvals or credit scoring?
It all depends on the LLMs, which LLMs they use, because every LLM has been trained for a certain output.
Okay.
So so I think what I'm seeing the AI tools being developed, three or four apps I've seen on the banking side. Uh, Banking is the biggest user of technology, and the models they use for LLM has to be approved by the some agency, federal agency. I do not want to give trust to a private person, even though they may be more trustworthy nowadays than the government. But I still would expect some central authority to manage that. And the AI is going to change the way uh, the banks see the customer. They will have more information, which is very dangerous, because I don't want them to discriminate that this guy doesn't have money, because most of the people who go to the bank for the first time don't have money. So, and the bank's profits don't come from retail. Bank's profits come from investment. So I think the AI will be used more in those investments than in retail customer service. So, and also I think with the change in payment mechanisms, more people are going to use a some form of digital or some form of non-banking clients or companies who would be making those payments. Like for example, I'm looking at going back to the barter age. So you buy from somewhere from or maybe it's a rice, I'll say some commodity, rice or food, and you say, okay, you owe me 20 coins. So next time I have a transaction, you pay the 20 coins to somebody else. So like that, it's going to happen. And I do not know how far I'm looking at, but I have a lot of experience in this sector, a lot of experience. In fact, majority of technology clients are BFSI, banking and financial services institutions. That's why I wrote FSIs. FSIs will see a major change because they are going to use AI extensively for investments. Banks are going to, sorry to say that, reduce retail operations, making all online. Like there is a bank in Pennsylvania for last 8 years has no staff. They've only got centers in Pennsylvania, and they're expanding to Ohio and going to, because the East Coast has more population, so that's what all the testing is done on that side. Yeah.
Great point. That brings me to every time we come into the questions of AI and moving forward, you look at the cost related challenges of implementing AI. And of course, there's going to be a ripple down effect. And like you said, there's money savings when you take the staff out of the locations, but you still have to train people. You have to really almost have a new staff because the old staff is not up to doing the new job.
I mean, the you mentioned the costs. AI is going to reduce the costs, uh, and I see the when we say implementing AI at scale, I don't think so. Implementing AI at scale is a problem because of you're adopting a third party model.
Mhm.
Now, each bank operates in a different way. Each bank. There is no two banks same. They may look same, they may offer the same services, but how they operate internally is different. And I look more towards the regional banks because regional banks are going to become the major players. People don't trust large banks because if they collapse, it's collapsed at a large level, national level. So the cost factor of AI implementation for a smaller bank is less, for a bigger bank is even lesser. Just to give you an idea, the DeepSeek, the Chinese AI LLM model, was developed at the cost of $6 million. $6 million is nothing for a banking system. And so adapting it will require a lot of change management, mindset change,
Mhm.
both for the internal staff and outside and customers included. So we are looking at more, I'm looking at less theft also, less theft, less fraud. I'm looking at
Mhm.
because everything is predefined. So when the gates are set properly, you already know that you can control it.
Yeah, and in this whole thing is what we've designed is the learn think shares. It's got to be a mindset shift and a training shift. And without that key component, and again, you and I we know collectively that it's an investment. You know, people look at it as a cost to train people, but it's a worthwhile investment because you're going to have to, because people are not prepared to implement the next step, like you're saying. So not a lot of cost for the infrastructure, but there's a lot of cost to get your mindset. People in banking have been in the business, the leaders, what, 40, 50 years. So this is a totally different world. The younger kids are the one driving this. So the older executives have no
True.
clue.
I
So
mean,
that's what we're looking at, is helping these people shift their mindset to get current with the current changes.
see the risk management is the biggest expense in a bank. The compliance and the risk management is the biggest expense in a bank, and that is going to increase, not decrease.
Okay. That brings me to the last question. How do you think AI in banking will challenge the traditional workforce?
Yeah, traditional banking and AI. So AI right now they are not going to put it for core functions. They're going to put it for customer service functions only or sales functions, and then gradually they're going to move it to the core functions inside. So there is some time, maybe nowadays the time is 3 years, 2 years.
Mhm.
It's compressed. People used to take 10 years, now it's 3 years,
Yeah,
2 years, or sometimes 6 months also.
right.
And I know some very smart chatbots, AI chatbots are there, very very smart. And I was using one of them yesterday, and those chatbots are going to change the way customers interact with the bank. But banking needs AI tools who can manage the internal operations. That's what the CEO is going to look for, and that is a real threat to the way the internally the bank functions. Externally doesn't matter. For you and me, it's a black box. We go, withdraw money, deposit the money, come out. How they manage the money, how that money goes for reporting, because the the American FRB, Federal Reserve Board, goes reporting up to 5 decimal places. So it's going to be a big challenge for implementing them and reporting it. And I foresee a situation where the American banking system is going to shrink actually. It's not going to be as big as what it is today because it's already inflated. So I see few banks and their regional divisions functioning.
Mhm.
So, so California and Seattle and Washington State, I think, can be one regional grouping. Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, New Mexico, Arizona can be one grouping like this. I'm looking at because the costs are, people, everybody is looking to cut costs because it's shrinking. How much you can sell to 200 million people? I don't know. That's what I am looking at. And AI is a perfect tool in the hands of the CEO to actually drive the profits up. And one thing I must tell to the viewers also, all banks in America are on this its little verge of collapsing. If they're working at the limit, there is no room for failure.
Mhm.
So slightly failure happens, they need funds.
Yeah.
So that's going to, I think that's going to be managed better with AI internal tools. Yeah, like the teller function, deposits, investments, risk management. Those are the things which are looking for.
Yeah, good points. That concludes our questions and discussion. A lot we put out there for people to think about, and again, comes back to mind shift. This is stuff people do not know, but
Absolutely.
they have to embrace it. And if you don't embrace change, it's just going to run you over.
Actually, people should look at what we are offering
Mhm.
and at Learn Things Share, because this is what is needed right now. Old change management ways are out. We're looking at the new change management ways, because change management today is not just implementing a software, getting people used to it. Is just building a new mindset. Just imagine a 20-year-old guy coming up with absolutely short way of doing things. Like if we ask our children to build some process, they'll do fantastic way, something
Mhm.
which you never thought of. That's exactly is happening. So people who are all used to a bureaucratic way and they're going to drive the change top down, it's not going to happen. It's going to be bottoms up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So bottoms up means everything changes on the mindset side. So for executives, I think what we are offering is really what they need actually right now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thank you. So we'll for the viewers also, do like, share, subscribe, and let us know your feedback for this discussion. And thank you, Mr. Gordon. Mr. Gordon.
Thank you.
Thank you.